I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace.
I'm Hannah.
Mimosa Monday. Today, we will be talking a little bit about Portia, her show. We're going to start off with Love and Marriage Huntsville, though, first. Because it's a lot to unpack. I titled this show, Melody Cheated. Before we get into it, I want to just say thank you to all my new subscribers. Also, I'm going to shout some people out. So shout out to the Queen of Cheesecake. She said, hey, everyone, I did get locked out of my account. So this is my new account. Queen of Cheesecake, I'll have to mod this account. I'm going to do it a little later. Hey, Cotty B.
Hey,
drop that candy in the chat. Hey, Chi-Town Naja girl. She said, hey, mods. Hey, Mel. Healthier you is Mel. It's good to see you over here. Hey, Sharon. It's good to see you. And let's see. Hey, Aviel. I pinned Aviel's comment. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to The Candy Shop. Hit that like button and dust your feet off before you come in my house.
I know that's right. Hey.
So, how was your weekend?
Oh my Lord, I had to babysit a 2-year-old this weekend. Hey.
Oh man, can you hear me?
Yes.
That was weird. It was like an echo. You had to babysit a 2-year-old. Who was the 2-year-old?
My little cousin, and my oldest is 15. So I was like, oh, forgot how this is.
Oh man, yeah. That's what I'm living with now. I have a 1 and a 4-year-old, and my 4-year-old is playing with the bedroom door right now. But
then I had family that wanted me to make seafood salads for free to give to other people, like pans of it.
And it's like your family will do that to you.
Yes.
What are you drinking?
So I made a Cosmo.
Oh.
I should have made a mimosa. Yes. But I made mimosa yesterday when I made brunch, and I do actually have 2 bottles of champagne. I wasn't even thinking.
Yes, I am drinking a mimosa. It's in
I'm sorry, my color went really
solo cup. So
I see, not the red cup.
I'm drinking one with cranberry juice, and my daughter wants to talk. So I'm gonna start off with you. What are your thoughts on Love and Marriage Huntsville? First of all, what did you think of their looks?
First of all, Tisha looked like she was on an episode of RuPaul Drag Race. I don't know who was, and I saw her getting her braids done. So I was like, oh, she's gonna come out there with a nice weave and everything. She getting her braids done, they nice and small. She came with the helmet on. She had on a drag queen dress.
And it had a hump.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, I spoke to something.
Yeah. I was like, Kimmy couldn't walk. I know she was probably going for Jessica Rabbit, but Jessica had a split and could walk. Kimmy should have put a split in that dress. I think Mel looked all right. Martell loves blue, so I knew he was going to come in tight blue. The men looked okay. I do feel like, though, it was too many colors going on. Like, the housewives have one color. They need one theme. Like, they all could have wore hunter green, like Carlos. Or something. That would have been nice for this time of year. It's already December. They could have came with something else, but they had on too many colors to be up there. Or they could have been simple black like Mel. But they looked a mess to me.
Yes. A lot of people like Kimmy. I didn't like Kimmy's hair. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. And it wasn't the color, it was the styling of the wig.
She could have said if she was going to do a Jessica Rabbit dress, she could have did the Jessica Rabbit hairstyle, and that would have been perfect.
Yeah, because she had the hair color and everything.
Yeah.
Shutdown said Martell airbrushed that suit on. Exactly. He had on, what's the little boy's name? He had on Lil Martell suit.
Stop.
Martell Jr. suit. But yeah, I thought the looks were okay. Dress wise, I did like Kimmy's dress the best. I did not like her hair. Melody looked good. It's not my favorite look, but she looked good. And I did not like Tisha at all. That orange And I know women of color, we can wear those colors, but I just was not feeling that orange on her. I don't know what it was. I think it was the feathers. I don't know.
It was everything. It was past that.
Yes, and
Oh.
I agree with IVL. Tisha was not
That's
giving
what I said. She
dark
looked
like
like
she was
Drag
doing.
Race.
She said she was not giving it. She was looking like Dream Girls, a
No,
mess.
she was not. What dream? She looked a mess, and I really thought I saw Tisha with cute outfits on throughout the season. I thought she was going to bring it at the reunion, cause that's the time. The reunion is when they come up like, they really try to look their best. Kimmy was the best look for me though,
Yes,
and Maurice looked nice as well.
man, yeah. Chateau said Mel was cute. Tisha was shopping in her mother's closet. Tisha did look like Dream Girls.
She did look like what the.
It was styled like those Dream Girls costumes back from the Broadway play, but it just
Mm-mm.
wasn't working. Like if she was going for that look, it should have been maybe a different color. Maybe I don't know. It just did not come
It
together.
shouldn't have been a hump.
Yes. Avi passes Dream Girls. Queen of Cheesecake said the dream of being locked up. Sharon said, I don't like Mel with that dark hair, too dark. Yeah, I think it's because we're so used to seeing her with blonde hair. I
Blonde.
actually do like her with black hair at times, but it was too black.
Yeah, she should have did like a Auburn or something.
Right. Or like how our
You
hair,
know what? Not the Pointer Sisters.
yes, how our hair is like natural black. I think
Yeah,
that might have worked for her,
yeah,
but
because we don't have jet black here. You're right.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that's why I looked a mess. Oh, these kids are getting on my nerves.
not a mess.
But started out, what what were some things that stood out to you about the reunion?
I'm so sorry. I had to sneeze. Mm. I think this things that stood out. First of all, I was happy they had a reunion because they hasn't had one in a couple years, so that made me a little happy. I also was just happy to see everyone there. I do want to see more next week, I guess, of the other couples. It wasn't dry. It was kind of good. It was kind of fast for me though because I feel like we didn't do enough filming, but the reunion was good. This actually is so crazy because I really forgot what Carlos King looked like because I don't follow him on anything. At first, I was like, "Who is this man?" I was like, "Oh, that's Carlos." I don't think it really. I think it was better than what I thought. I was expecting it to be a little drier, but it was a little better than I thought, especially when they came to Mel and Martell. They are the show. I think it's going to get better next week when they bring the other couples and Destiny on. Thank you. I did not mean to sneeze. uh, and I don't know. It was better than I expected. I don't want to go more to what I want to say because we're going to talk about that more. But it was better than I expected. I'll keep with it.
Oh, I was gonna say you can go get right into it. So I love Carlos too. I did like
Mm-hmm.
the fact that he went with the choice of him asking them questions because first of all, just like Andy, I guess I don't know what Andy does now because I thought he put all the shows together on
I
Bravo,
thought he did too.
but they be good child. They be trying to say Andy didn't do this and he didn't do that. But what I originally know, Andy is the one
Andy is Housewives.
that put it together. But I like the fact that Carlos was hosting the show. I like the questions that he asked.
Mm-hmm.
He did, though, ask Mel and Martell some very tough questions that I didn't like, even though I wanted to hear it. Me sitting up there as Mel, I would have been embarrassed though with some of the questions
Mm-hmm.
that he asked. And we will definitely get to that. Shaitan said Carlos is a mess in real time, right? Yeah, she has a connect to Carlos because
Mm.
this area is like small, like just being down here. But so a few things that stood out to me. The whole when Mel, well, first of all, the side chick comment about Kimmy. I'll start with that. So we all know she was not a side chick because they done said it
Mm-hmm.
so many times. It appears that Kiowa wants to, and when Kiowa was coming from a bad place, that was when
Mm-hmm.
she referred to her as that. But I agree with Kimmy. Stuff like that, when people keep saying it, it would like piss me off, even though like She does need to let it go, but they do joke about it. And I didn't like in the show when Marceau, Maurice's brother, joked about her being a side chick. And then even Martell was like, "You told me." And so it was like a lot of, they were contradicting themselves a lot. What do you think about this whole side chick thing and Kimmy and all of that?
I just needed them to let it go. This like the third season we didn't heard about this. Not Andy needs a peach. Um, I feel like they need to let it go at this point. And why is it anybody's business? But I also feel like Maurice was messing with other people, and Kimmy just happened to stick around. So that's why she assumed that it was Kimmy. I do believe it was other people and not Kimmy that was in the mix during that time. Because he definitely said on that little trip, he was with, a group at one point in time. So I feel like because Kimmy was the one that stayed, Kiwan is, I don't want to say her name. I'm going to call her K because I don't want to mess nobody's name up.
I think it's
Um,
Kikwa. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like she just automatically blamed Kimmy because it was other women, but she didn't really know their names. So she was just, how they say guilty by association? That's why she said that. But I don't believe Kimmy was a side chick because Kimmy is double downing on it. And Kimmy don't seem like the type, like she seems like she owns her stuff. So I don't feel like that she's lying at this point. But I feel like just because she's the one that was around and she's the one that she knew when he was probably messing with other people, that's why she's blamed to be the side. But they need to mind their business because all of them hate side chicks.
Exactly. And I agree with Sharon and you, Hannah. Kimmy got the ring. Let it go.
That
Exactly.
part.
Because it, like,
And the ring counts.
I was glad though Maurice finally said something, because usually he don't stand up for her or
Yes.
say anything. So I was glad he said, like, "Hey, no, she was not the side chick. It was way more women than just her. I dated
Mm-hmm.
for a whole year and then I met her, meaning she, whatever she did, she got him." And so I agree with you on the Tisha part too. Tisha, or somebody said it. I don't Chi-Town said it. She said Tisha made that comment even worse instead of shutting that ish down. And I think Tisha only
Yep.
did that because Tisha low key does not like Kimmy.
She
Like,
don't.
you can see that. So she's not gonna take up for her. And Kimmy shouldn't expect it. If I was Kimmy, I mean, I would be cordial with Tisha, but I'd be like, that's my husband's brother's wife. And I would just
And
leave
that's it. And
leave it
that's
at
it.
that. Yes. So I'm glad that they put that to rest. Another thing that I found interesting was when Melody and Martell broke down the timeline of what happened, and when they talked about when Ariane first called Melody, and her and Martell got into it. I guess Melody called her mother, and her mother tried calling them, but called Marceau. And Marceau attempted to call Martell over and over, and then he called Melody, got Melody, and wanted to talk with her to calm her down.
Mm-hmm.
So the debate that I keep seeing online is, was he wrong for attempting to take his friend out, I mean his friend's wife out for drinks or to calm her down? And so on the surface, to me, on the outside looking in, I would say yes. But then when I look at all the variables of it, the mother trusted him enough to actually, the mother was working with him. So she trusted him enough to say, like, hey, call them, see what's going on, see if you can talk to Mel or Martell. So the fact that she did that tells me that she knows that it's probably nothing going on between Marceau and Melody. Also, he said that he attempted to call Martell a few times. So if Martell is not even answering and Mel is the only person he can get to, and her mama saying, see what's going on, calm them down, like, it's like, what do you expect? So I didn't read that much into it. I do understand though where Martell is coming from when he's upset, because a man thinks like a man. He might I feel like men will always think that there's an ulterior motive for another man talking with their wife, regardless of what it is, even though it's no ill intent to it. So do I think Marcel was wrong? No, but I see where everybody is coming from in the situation. What are your thoughts on that?
I'll say this. I'm gonna say a couple things. One, I kind of, even though I don't like Martell, he probably knows more about Marceau than anybody. So he knows the type of man he is. Besides the husband, besides the dad, he knows him. So he might know, the stuff. They might have ran together once upon a time. Still might. And also, I feel like I know why he called. I know why the mom sent. but I also know that he's married. And that doesn't kind of look right as a married man because I don't I wouldn't want my husband out here talking. I don't care how upset they are. I'm just going personal. I wouldn't give a crap if she was crying her eyes out. What are you doing going out there taking her out? That's me personally. I'm going by personal feelings. So I kind of understand, but I also understand, when you friends of both parties and you just want to make sure it doesn't erupt. I would have more did a group setting. Like it would have been my spouse. It would have been a group setting. That way it wouldn't have looked as awkward as it would have. Because when you are married, anybody could have saw y'all, and people can paint a picture, and it could have been anyway. If somebody could have took a photograph, and people say pictures speak 1,000 words, and that's so true.
The
But I
perception.
just think it's just the way it was done. I would have preferred more of a group setting, and we both could have calmed you down.
Yep, I definitely agree with the perception, and I agree with Sharon. She said maybe if Marceau took Letitia, it would have basically
Yep.
would have looked different. And yes, because it looked like Tisha kind of didn't know what was going on.
She didn't know. She was caught off guard.
Right.
I would have lit that reunion up. You went where?
Yes.
Oh, Carlos,
Like
pause
what?
this because I'm about to set it off up in here.
I would have asked my husband, why didn't you call me? Because this is my friend too. So why can't we go to her together and be there for her together? Because actually Tisha and Mel are friends. So in
Yes.
my mind, I am thinking, why didn't Tisha call? But then again, we get her mother, Melanie's mother, told Marceau to call.
I don't care if the Pope called. You let me know.
Yes. And make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to support the candy shop. I'm going to read some of these comments. Chi-Town said Martell was being petty because he knew the ish
Oh,
that,
you know he was.
oh, yes. But still, I can still see a man just having a problem with it, period, because
Yes.
that's his friend getting in his business. Because my husband, if one of his friends came, Andre came, I'm going to say one of his friends' name. If Andre was like he wanted to take me out for drinks to know what's going on, my husband would be like, what the hell? No.
Girl.
And yes, I agree, Sharon. Appearance is important. It's the perception of things. And like you said, in a small town, anybody can see them out and they might think something because they probably already know Martell is cheating. But to see Melody out,
Yeah.
so they're like, oh, okay, so she getting even with his friend.
They probably no more soul cheating. Oh, not I agree. Now why are you in here? Ain't nobody out here with nobody's friend.
Hey, be real.
Hey.
Chi-Town said, plus Martell was scared that Martell was scared that Marceau was going to tell his secrets too. Catch that tea.
That part.
Chi-Town said, I agree. Tisha should have been told and she should have gone too. But we all know Marceau tries to get away from Tisha every time he can. He don't like her. Oh, Jesus.
So he could have brought Maurice and Kimmy. It could have been he could have brought Mel's mother.
Mm-hmm. Be real said, I would have brought my wife just to be on the safe side, but I would have wowed out seeing my wife with my homie. Put the paws on him. Yes. I don't know what man would be comfortable with that. So I do, like I said, I understand where they're coming from. So let's also talk about in this timeline, the title of what I've titled this video, Melody Cheated.
Not Melody cheated. That's not what I saw on YouTube yesterday.
So there was a question that arose that basically when Melody and when she found out all this stuff was going on, she, of course, they separated and she moved out, got her place. She started talking to a man for 4 weeks and she claims that all that happened sexual was the guy gave her fellatio. And Martell was like, remember this date because I have a recording and I've heard the recording because it's on YouTube already. But he was like, she admitted to me that she gave head. And when Carlos asked her, did she give fellatio? She said, well, I don't remember. I don't recall. I got it. And that's the thing. If you remember what you do, you remember everything else. Why don't you remember that part? So that's why I say Melody is cheating. So a little backstory to this. Yesterday, I had a conversation with Cardi B and Candy Washington, and we were talking about this. And Candy was saying she doesn't think it's cheating because they were separated. He had did whatever. But my stance is, both of us have been married. when you separated, regardless of what your status is, you're technically married and it's cheating, regardless of what your partner did, because you're doing all of this under your contract of marriage, because
Yes.
marriage is a contract, is a vow. So technically he is she's cheating. Whether or not it's warranted and they separated is not divorced. And so
It's not.
I, of course, I don't feel she's wrong for having a good time, because this man has had this relationship to the point where this woman is calling while he's at home being disrespectful. So I like, if I was Mel, I would have been like, hell yeah, I did it. Yes, that was,
Jaws was popping.
yes, I was getting it in just like he did. So, I would have said it, because I mean he's done wrong. To me, it's warranted. I know two rights don't make a wrong, but this man has continued to do wrong. So, Shano says Chef is right. He should have called Kimmy. Right. Basically, it's giving fellatio cheating if you're separated. Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is. You better remember whose junk you put in your mouth.
Okay.
Right.
Girl,
So,
that's trifling. I'm gonna
and
say
it's,
this though.
go ahead.
I don't believe that it was why they were separated. I think that was why before they were separated. I think that Mel had, because Martell, he does have his ways. I do think he's a narcissist, but he's always stuck by Mel was cheating while they were still married. Like when he
Well,
was cheating in the beginning, he's always said that,
he's
and he never let off the gas with that.
he's talking about that situation because she admitted to him at that time that she had given head. So he's
Yeah,
talking
I
about.
believe it. I believe they were both cheating on each other.
See, I don't think that. I think
I
she
do.
did whatever she did when she was separated, but that was the thing. Once they got back together, they talked about, I guess, what happened while they were separated, and she
Yeah, that was
admitted.
stupid.
Yeah, she admitted to what happened.
I don't know. That was stupid.
No,
It's none of your business to be separated.
she
But
probably,
I don't feel like I feel like she did the other part while they were separated. But I feel like before they got separated, they both were doing their own thing. I mean, they got married young. That's the only person they knew. I really, a part of me feels like before they went that far, once she felt like he cheated, before they were separated, I feel like she went out and did her thing.
yeah,
I just feel what I feel like. Just like she kept saying her songs wasn't about him. Mel be having some lies. Just like she said her songs
well,
was about him. Girl, the whole album is about him.
yeah,
So
her
I
line
really do
was,
feel like it wasn't that bad. I mean, I know she probably did something more than just hit. I'm sorry, Felicia. We're gonna be zip that out. Felicia. I feel like it was more than that. But you know, it's nobody's business. I would stick by that too. I would stick by, it's none of your business. So Mel won't stick by that. That's all she need to say. Because guess what? If she said anything else, he gonna look three times worse at her, no matter how much he did. You know, women and men, you know how they group. So I would stick by that. If it's a lie or the truth, I would stick by it.
these kids. But yes, I want to get to Rosa Kennedy's comment, or Canada's comment. Close the door, Taylor. Hold on just for a second.
Well, while Candace is doing her thing.
It's like they love, like it was silence
They
before.
haven't did that in a while.
Well, they're wilding out today. But Rosa Canada said, "Hey, Candy, I don't think she was cheating. They were separated, and he started first, so she did what she wanted to do." I think it was cheating. I know
It's still cheating.
you take the stance. That's the same stance Candy had last night. That Candy Washington that I talked to. So she doesn't feel it was cheating either. She feels like he did what he did. They were separated, and so she was in all. She was nothing was wrong about what she did. But
Can I say one thing?
yes,
So my previous marriage, I'll go by this. It depends on the separation. So if you're separated and you are just separating to try to find each other, have counseling, and get back to where you want to be, then I feel like it's cheating. However, if you're separated and you're just waiting for the paperwork to file or you file for divorce, then I don't think it's cheating. So it's different types of separation. That sometimes you're just separated to try to get yourself back to try to see can we make things work again. And at that time, you're not supposed to be messing with anyone. You're supposed to just clear your mind and try to get yourself back. However, if you're separated and you're divorcing and you just waiting on the judge and the paperwork, then I don't think in that case it's cheating. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. I think it's different types of separation.
Yes. Oh, and yes, she was upset, Shot. She said, "Oh, my little friend is upset." Camille, or my daughter. Rosa Canada said it could have been a one night stand. Regardless of what it was
That's
good.
still cheating.
But with this guy, she talked to him, I guess, she said for 4 weeks. And
Mm-hmm.
all she did was get fellatio. That's what she said. We all know. I just can't see somebody. Well,
Who is doing working out their jaws for 4 weeks straight?
she said it happened one time. But my thing is this, with getting the fellatio, I just know me, I'm gonna want a happy ending after the fellatio. I'll say that. So I assume Melody she went all the way. I know it's women that can just get the fellatio and that's it, but that's not me. So if she was able to do that, that's
I'm not gonna put my business out there, but that can happen. You can't just get it and nothing else happens.
yeah. Shotgun said I don't feel like it was cheating either because they were in separate homes and they were getting a divorce. No, they got back
No,
together.
they weren't getting divorced then.
Moved back in after she had this place, because this happened in 2017. When they started, it was like right before they started filming the show. Then she came back and they filmed the show and they were working it out. So no, they were still they weren't getting divorced then.
Mm-mm.
Rosa has said, am I wrong? Martell has said Mel had already planned to divorce him. They both were saying it, I guess, at one time. I don't know, but hold on once.
They were both saying it. However, when you go through separation, sometimes you say the worst things possible and don't mean it. You just want to hit it where it hurts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and yes, we do need a sidebar combo. Hey,
Oh,
Portia, it's good to see you. Hey, Q, Red Label Confessions,
hey,
the chefs in the chat. Hey, Evangelist Val, it's good to see you as well. But yeah, Melody cheated. Like,
yeah, Melly full of crap.
but I don't think she was wrong in the decision that she made to do.
She wasn't wrong.
But yeah. Cardi B said until the marriage is legally dissolved, any sexual contact with someone other than your spouse is cheating. It is. Shaitan said in 2017 they were speaking about getting divorced, but they worked things out and they'll move back in and they got the show. Right. And that's the thing about separations. That's why, like, I've never wanted to mess with a man that was separated because it's a possibility of him getting back with his wife. Like, more power to you if you're okay with messing with. Well, when I was single in my single days, more power to you if you're okay with messing with a separated man. But a lot of times it's like you gotta kind of trust the fact that they're separated. And then when they do get divorced, a lot of times they be talking about, I want to live my life. It's time for me to be single. I just got divorced. I'm not trying to get in a relationship. Like, I'm going to just keep it all the way. Like, they don't a lot of times be trying to be with the woman that they're dating at the time that they're separated. And so I've seen it happen over and over again. Man, she was not wrong. Yeah, she was not wrong at all. That's why I said I would have told him I got fellatio. I did the damn thing.
I was like, this was me.
I was like, yeah,
every day.
I'll start at night.
Every day.
So she's better than me.
Listen, she don't hit for the juggler. She need to go low. She's too slow.
Yes. So
I've been adding people on.
Yes, this is all interesting. The questions that I didn't like that Carlos King was asking asking Martell was because first of all, he said that coleslaw, let me put her picture up.
Slaw.
I'm finna put up he said she's the whole damn restaurant. Let me see if I can go to it. Oh shoot, I don't think I have it on this one. Okay, so the background is about to change just for a quick second because I gotta find the picture. Um, well, let me go to Miss Thang Thang's
Mm.
picture. Let's go to the restaurant. She's the whole damn restaurant, according to Carlos King. And clearly, he said, clearly, Martell is in love with her. And he asked her, had he have met her back then, would he have married her? And so it cuts off at that. I didn't like that question because if I was Melody, I would have been like Carlos King. I don't know. I just would have went off.
He could have had my mic.
I couldn't have sat there because I would have been like, I know you're the producer and all, but you're not gonna disrespect me in my face. So if you're gonna ask questions to Martell, take him on a sidebar interview and ask him that. We're not gonna do that today because young Miss Thang Thang is not here. I'm sorry, that's what she is to me. Shout out said he went 5 years with a side order. Mel had one night of fun allegedly. Exactly. And hey, just simply, it is good to see you. Marsha said, yes, please. Lies. Connie said, there you go. The candy shop finally thickums. So you like you some Ariane, her and her extra letters that come along with her. What you mean by that? That is interesting. Yeah, Chi-Town. But
If I was on that couch,
what'd you say?
if I was on that couch and Carlos said something like that, I'd be like, "Here's your mic," because the reunion is. I'm not filming nothing else because I will not be I feel like that was very disrespectful. First of all, Carlos, you came to us for this show, so you know don't you can ask them whatever, but don't be disrespectful because you know why your show was like this. So don't be disrespectful to me. I feel like that was very wrong. First, I'm not giving no side chick credit. I don't care. No side chicks will get credit over here. I don't care if you had 5 babies, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. It does not matter to me. You don't get credit over here, especially when we saying love and marriage, Huntsville. You don't come over here. It ain't say love, marriage, and side chicks. It said love and marriage, Huntsville.
Right.
So I feel like that was very disrespectful, and I would have left. I would have gave my mic. Mark, he wouldn't even have to answer because he'd have been talking to Mike, and if he would have answered, it would have been like Atlanta Housewives when they was up there rumbling. Because I would have slapped. That's the first time I slapped somebody. I'd have slapped him.
Yeah,
Marcel for being disrespectful.
Yeah, I didn't like that little smirk on Martell's face. Like,
And you know what's crazy? I feel like maybe he might feel like that because she's been around for so long. But no, actually, I don't feel like that because he would be with her right now.
And I was gonna say allegedly, she's the one that stuck around because there were other women besides her, and she's the one. She's the like I want to say so many disrespectful things, and y'all know I don't disrespect Black women like that. But I want to say something, and I'm gonna hold my tongue.
Don't disrespect the wife though. I don't like her because she disrespect the wife. Because guess what? If they were still married and anything happened, you have no rights to anything.
I'm gonna keep it cute, but that
I'm gonna keep it cute with you.
Yeah. Rosa said Martell didn't think it was gonna go that far. He got caught up and couldn't stop. He should have had told Coleslaw her place, but he didn't exactly that part. I don't think this man was that in love with her because, like you said, Hannah, he would still be with her. So I agree with both
you.
He
never wanted to lose Mel.
Exactly.
I 100% agree. He never wanted to lose Mel. And then when she got pregnant, he knew that was it.
Mm-hmm. Sharon thinks he's in love with her. If he is in love, it's only, I think, because of that baby and because of her loyalty. Like, for some reason, men, if you're loyal to a man, for some reason, that like steals their heart. If you're ride or die, they'll take you through from to hell and back and then want to love you after they done caused you all this hell, which is so crazy. So yeah, he loved her all right. It's because he took her to hell and back.
But he's single. He would have been caught. He wouldn't have been running up on Mel, asking her why she was at a restaurant with another man if he didn't want her. But he was. I mean, he was upset.
Yep, and Melody was trying to keep her composure. And I see now, Chi-Town. Simply said Ariana has so much entitlement and is disrespectful. Yes, and then she always talks about how Melody is intimidated by her. But I'm like you're not even in Melody's mouth. Melody keeps coming out of your mouth. Like talking about Melody being intimidated by you, Melody doing this. Like, I really think Melody is not worried about her at all because if Melody was, she wouldn't be succeeding or excelling in the things that she wants to do. Melody seems
Yep.
like she's literally doing everything that she wants to do. She's trying to keep it cute. Martell keeps trying to mess that up. And then this coleslaw over here, Ariana over here is trying to cause drama too. But Melody is really like paying them dust and they don't like that. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I put up my allegedly banner. Uh, oh, yes, Cardi B, I know. Yes, Martell is not even with Ariana anymore. Exactly. And hey,
Yeah, he not where he's with no. He wants Mel back.
right. Hey,
The grass is
Marcel.
actual turf over there.
Yes, and make sure you hit that like button. Thank you for joining, Marcella. Shaitan said he still wants Mel back and is mad because she is not looking back. Exactly. Um, yes, she said Mel is obsessed. Mel, I just don't get why Ariana thinks Mel is obsessed with her.
Girl, she was his wife.
And she doesn't have anything to stand on, not even close to Melody. And before I heard allegedly she was a nurse, she had a job at a hospital, but she lost that job because of people calling her job, calling the hospital. So it's
Yep.
like she don't have nothing. She has this little clothing line with these little skimpy clothes. No offense to the clothes. If you like dressing that way, I don't like the gloves with the dress and all this, whatever. Well, the attached hand stuff with the dress, I don't like
I
it.
do like that look every now and then
But
with the big head.
it just looks like the clothes, because I like sexy clothing, but
Oh yes.
it looks cheap. It looks like an
Ooh,
online,
not cheap.
yeah, it looks like an online boutique. I'll say that.
Ah.
Martella's community property, community peen, right? Oh, he's not with Ariana. No, he's not with Ariana.
No, he not with her.
Hey, hey, is it
He too busy chasing around Mel.
Andrea or Andrea? But hey, thank you for joining me. Not skimpy clothes. Yeah, the clothes is skimpy. I didn't want to say it, but the clothes, them clothes is skimpy. Them clothes are cheap. Oh, hey, AW. Martell is dealing with hurt pride and embarrassed.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
I agree. He is definitely embarrassed and trying to save face, which is why he has that little goofy smile on his face. Like, and I hate it in his son suit because he's wearing his son suit. But I hate it.
Listen, I'm tired of him being that baby gap every freaking time. He be wearing them little bras when they filming, and then he came with that tight suit.
I know. Tailored by Ariane, because she wears the tight clothes. All of that. Yes, they need
I
to
don't know
stop.
what she wearing.
What did you think, though, of his silence when Carlos King asked him the question about if he wanted to marry Ariane? And, Kimmy was like, silence is deafening, basically.
I think I'm gonna say this. I think he's trying to play it a certain way. I think he don't want to say yes because he doesn't want to disrespect Melanie, and he doesn't want to be on child support for Ariana because he can't afford it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's trying to play it safe. Now I don't know why Carlos would ask that because that's very wrong. However, I think he was silent because he don't know how to answer it. Because if you answer no,
Mm-hmm.
to then he might have a chance. Even though he don't got a chance, maybe he thinks he might have a chance for Melanie back. But if he answered wrong, then Ariane might be in child support tomorrow. So I think he just wanted to play it safe, so that's why he was silent. And I also think maybe he answered it, and they just want a dramatic effect to start off next week.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. I am dying to see what his answer is
Oh
because he
yes,
looked like he was leaning on saying that yes. I don't know, but
he better not say yes.
if he say yes, we all know it's to make Melody jealous because
Oh yeah,
I feel like he definitely wants Melody back because on paper, let's talk about Martell and let's talk about men in general. Men are very A lot of men are about status and what you can add to their reputation and all of that. And I just couldn't see him saying, "Yeah, I would be with Ariane." I know he wants to. I saw a clip where he was saying she graduated from the same school that they all did. She could have graduated or whatever, but is she truly living up to what these other people on the stage are living up to. Because one thing that I did like on the show was when they talked about there are a lot of good things. You see us start with something and we finish it, and you see the results of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like that. They all have been successful in the business ventures that they've had. Ariane, not so much. I guess the money that she got from Martell by way of Melody has not panned out. Like I'm just not feeling it. But I was about to say something else, something else that pissed me off about the show, but I can't even remember. Uh, but Cotty said, "Stop hating on Ariane. She thick, but the gloves on the dress is ugly." Right?
She could
And
be thicker than the Snickers. She
the
still.
thing is, though, she had work done. That's
She
not.
had work done.
Yes, she had work done.
You sure?
Yes, she had work.
Well, she does. Her body does look nice, working no work, but she's
Yes.
still trash in my book.
Yeah, she is. By the way, Martell has a court order to pay me up. What? 17K? Let me put my glasses back over that. You didn't say 17K?
Let me lower mine.
I
Wait,
know
what?
had
17?
the Ray J glasses that flip like that. But 17K
$17K.
out of what?
What?
Child, her work is thick. Cardi B. I'm calling Cardi B. Cardi B. See her without a
You
wig.
know what, Shottown?
But I thought, Ariane's hair is supposed to be real. Like she wears pieces, but she has really long
I
hair.
thought that was her real hair. It's not.
She wears weaves sometimes, but she has
Oh,
long
it
hair.
looks real natural though.
Yes. Cotty said, "Let me stop. I don't even watch the
You
show."
know what, Cotty?
A
I'm done. I'm done.
AW said he only wants Melanie back because he feels she rejected him publicly and he wants to feel empowered. I think he will also remember
I
Melody.
think he do love her.
I think he loves her because first of all, she's the mother of his kids.
Yeah.
Um, Also, they go back all the way to
Mhm.
college, and so it's that plus the what she looks like on paper. She has the builder's license. She has the financing behind her. We know that he has no builder's license. He don't know how to take a test, and he's filed for bankruptcy, and his credit is bad. So Melody versus Ariane, he's had to finance Ariane, whereas Melody has been able to generate money based off of the ventures that she's taken in. And Carlos asked him, does he feel responsible for Melody's successes? And he was like, well, no, I did help her get there, which he was a supportive husband. That's what he should do.
Yeah.
But no, he's not responsible for how successful she has been. Like, so he can stop with that. A lot of it made me mad. I feel like Martell gaslights a lot,
Oh yeah.
and he was allowed to do that on the reunion, and Carlos King was loving it. That's what I was hating. He was living for the gaslighting.
He was.
Just
That's why
simply
he asked that daggone question.
right. Marcella said he stole that from their joint account. She didn't ask for child support. Right.
Oh, I'll be in court. You steal my money.
Yes. AW said Martell did not expect her to dump him because she put up with it previously. He's shocked. And that was another thing that I wanted to talk about. So I agreed because a lot of people was like, why did she stay for 5 years? Technically, she didn't find out about the cheating until I think 2 years after it had been going on.
Mm-hmm.
And she was willing to work it out with him because he said he had changed, but come to find out he was still cheating with her 3 years later, which they got the divorce. And the fact that, and I believe her when she says he was saying things about how men was telling him that he needs an NDA for these women. He needs to cheat with somebody that has something to lose. And the fact that he was saying it to her, I can see why she wanted to leave because she always has said she left prior to him, prior to knowing about this baby. So I can definitely understand that. And in a marriage, you want your situation to work. You don't want to lose. They have, I think, 14 years of income, businesses, children, everything that they've built. And you think, and I agree, I'm with her. You think I'm about to lose all of that just for one little side chick that has nothing to bring to the table? So when I can understand though, when she realized he was not trying to change and he was only trying to find ways to cheat better, yes, it is time for me to exit, because it's one thing to say I'm going to change, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but then to come back around and say, well, I need to find women uh that have something to lose and they need to sign an
Mm-hmm.
NDA. No, that we're not doing that here. So, what are your thoughts?
I'll say this. I
Honey,
feel like, and I'm just going by my personal opinion, I feel like if Martell didn't have a baby, they probably still would be together.
you think so? Even though she said she
Probably not. They would have been together on paper. They would have been getting a marriage. They probably would have been doing their own things separately in the marriage. But I don't think she would have divorced. I think the baby was the breaking point. Because you already dealt with 5 years of the BS.
she,
Martell, even though if she was doing her thing or not, he knew that he was doing his thing. But when you have a baby, and also I feel like if he had the baby and it was privately, and they weren't on the show and it wasn't exposed, they might still be together. I really truly feel like that. However, I think the baby was the, because even she talked about in her song and stuff, like the baby to me was the breaking point for
yeah,
her. But I do feel like she
for
would
the
have stayed
extra
with him
push.
only because of the history. And I'm speaking from experience. Like without I stayed married before when I shouldn't have, only because of kids, which was bad. No one do that because that's not a good thing at all. But I did that. I wasn't happy, but I didn't want to break up my home. So, however, I feel like she wouldn't have broke up her family. She would have still did her thing. They would have built their empire. They would have collected that coin together. Even though she is the business, he's just an, he's extra. I feel like the baby was the reason why the divorce happened.
Right. Rosa said she gave him time to stop cheating and he didn't. So I agree with that. That baby came.
I agree with that too.
That is what proved he was cheating. AW agreed with you. She said Melody is embarrassed by the baby.
Yeah.
And I do like this, Marcella. Melody is very classy. She said his child's mother versus his baby mama versus
Yes.
co versus his side chick. She said your child's mother. And
I
that
respect
is why I
that.
like Melody, because she is classy. Is Martell classy? No, he's trashy.
He's trash.
Him and the little thing coleslaw. So they can they can stay they can stay where they're at. Because I don't, if they bring her on the show, I'm gonna write to Carlos King. I'm gonna go off on Carlos King myself. I better not see Ariana on the show.
Wait, she coming on?
They've hinted at that. I don't think she. The
Heck
last thing
no.
I heard was that she got a deal from Bravo, which I got to write a letter to Andy about that. No. But I do not want to see her on no platforms. She needs to stay where she's at. AW said, "Why is it okay to allow him to be a cheater as long as he doesn't have a baby?" I don't get it. See, I don't think it's a
I don't think
allowing him
it's
to be a
okay.
cheater as long as he don't have a baby. Because if I was male, and the fact that he said to me, if he would have been saying all that, that would have told me, okay, he hasn't changed. I would have left, because you're not going to continue to cheat on me while we're building. But initially, when she found out about it, I'll say this: you want to give somebody a chance to make things right,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times you have a lot of time invested. And so if you continue this behavior, you don't go to counseling and it just keeps coming up, that's my time, my turn to take my deuces. Like I can't stay in a situation where I'm gonna be continued to be cheated on. But I'll say this: the first time, shame on you, but the second time is shame on me, and I'm done. So he
Facts.
continued to do it. So yeah. I'm gonna read some of these comments. Shaito said Melody has a living receipt for the rest of her life. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just simply said yes, the baby was the breaking point. Marcella said my ex-husband had a child 2 years before my divorce. As soon as I found out, I divorced him and took my money before the girl got her child support, alimony, and child support. Right. My ex-husband had a baby during our separation, and that was what finalized my divorce with my ex-husband. So I left. We were going, and I tell my divorce story. We actually got separated. We decided to work it out, and then all of a sudden, this woman that he worked with ended up pregnant, and I took $700 out of our joint account, went and had me a happy time, happy ending, a good time, and I signed off on that divorce decree, the finalization. So Yeah,
Boom.
because I was not. You're not gonna start a family without me. So yeah, but I'm not gonna say the baby was the breaking point, but it's the simple fact that we were working it out, and the baby just happened to come. Also, while I was finding out that you cheated on me, just simply said, Mel will make sure that Ariane will not be on right. Ariane is not going to be on the show, but she's going to allow her son to film next season. And
What?
yeah, she went live talking about how her son has already met the kids and they play and all this other stuff. So the child,
Well,
I mean,
that's good.
yeah,
Cause the kids are innocent. They have nothing to do with
yeah,
it.
the kids are definitely innocent. Would I have the child online? I mean, on the show, that's a bit much. But I mean, I guess it's not something to be ashamed about, but that is a bit much. Shadow said, I'm not helping you raise somebody else's kid that you had while we were together. Next.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I'm out the door. Um, Marcella said, I was so hurt. I see Melody's pain. I do too. I
Me
do too.
too.
That's why I was mad at Carlos for asking her some of those questions because it triggered me back to a place of what I went through in my first marriage. And I'm telling you, I would have went off on Carlos. Melody is better than me because I would have right before I walked on the stage, he would have been cussed out. He would have been everything under the sun.
And also, let's be honest. No one ever, no matter the circumstances, no one ever wants to get married to get divorced.
Right.
So of course she's going to be hurt and pain. Even if you feel like you married the worst person in the world, you still don't want to get married and sign basically a contract just to get divorced.
Right.
So I would, if she wasn't hurt, I would be like, I would wonder why she wasn't hurt. If that makes sense.
And thank you. Is a unity. Thank you for subscribing and becoming a part of my community. You are now a sugar baby. She said, Melody really didn't have a choice. He is a mess. Right. Cardi B, yes, they siblings. Shajan said, honestly, I think Martell should take a 2 year hiatus from the show, get himself together, and he can still be co-producer or co-executive or whatever. Yeah, because I think both of them are executive producers.
He need all the money he can get.
And make sure you smack that notification bell so you won't miss out on any of the tasty treats from the candy shop. So we done talked about Love and Marriage Huntsville for about 52 minutes. I do want to talk a little bit about Portia. First of all, her show, I'm not feeling it. I already had said that I wasn't going to watch it. I'm going to read this comment about Love and Marriage. Martell is broke. He cannot leave the show, right? And thank you, Sharon, for welcoming Unity. Jocelyn Patrick 23456 said Carlos was rude asking Martell about the side chick. Exactly. So going to Portia, I wasn't a fan of watching the show. Portia has not been my favorite person lately because of how she's been moving. But I do like Portia though. I'm gonna stick beside her though. But this show, I watched both episodes. It's a lot to unpack. First of all, Hannah, I want to ask you about this timeline because remember, we talked about Fallon and all of that. And Fallon done had this baby, and it came a lot earlier than what people expected. Meaning she's been pregnant since January or February. Word on the street is that her alleged baby is the child of a married basketball player who's out right now, and he's financing Fallon, paying for her house and all this because she has a child, and that Jalen is just her beard. So that's the word on the street. Going back to
I believe that because he definitely didn't look like he was coming in.
Yeah, going back to Portia and Simon. Portia, I know she keeps saying people are not going to believe the timing and all this other stuff. Portia's still in love with Dennis. The only reason why she's not with Dennis, and I think what people forget, and they talked about it in the second episode, that people forget that Dennis cheated on her and that hurt her a lot. He cheated on her when she was pregnant with their baby girl. And so remember, it was all these rumors about bestiality and all types of stuff all that Dennis was doing. And so Portia never got over that. And even on this current episode of the show, Portia's grandmother basically went up to him and was like, Dennis, I know you a playboy. My son was a playboy. His mother got upset too, Dennis's mother. And she was like, that's just how you is. It's nothing wrong with that, but that's just you. And so Dennis is trying to act like he's all goody goody now. I think they both love each other. But my thing is this, like, I would be hurt too if I was Portia. He cheated on her, like I said, during her pregnancy before they even got married. So that would tell me right there, this ain't, I can't do this. Like
Yeah.
you cheat on me at my most vulnerable moment. So what are some of your thoughts? I don't like Simon, but I do like the situation. To me, Simon don't got no money. I know Portia went to him for the money, but it's not looking like he got it. We also find out that Portia initially reached out to him. She inboxed him when he announced that they were going through the divorce and all that. Yes. So what are your thoughts?
I'll say this, and it's not because I never liked Portia. So I'm going to take my bias out of this. I 100% think, I told you before when we talked about this on previous shows, I go by body language. Even though Fallon, clearly she's messing with somebody else, I really feel like that Simon and Portia was messing with each other when they met, when they so-called supposed to believe was at their house together. Their body language already stated they were already messing around with each other. He never stated when she inboxed him. You know how sometimes people say a little the truth but a little bit of lies? She could have inboxed him a year ago for all we know. So I really feel like they were messing with each other way before. I feel like Fallon knew. I feel like Fallon probably went for the bag too. The bag wasn't what she thought it was. So she decided to, dip somewhere else. Portia thought because her best friend, the life her best friend Shamia is living, Portia thought, oh, I can invest with him and get the same life. But I don't know what Shamia's husband's name is, but he has more money than Simon to me at this point. I always say, I don't think Simon has no coin no more. I feel like he's been doing his scams and he doing what he's doing at this point to stay relevant. That's why he wanted to be on the show. That's why he wanted to be in the limelight. Because remember, he pushed Fallon to do this.
Wow.
And that Simon and Dennis knew each other from the business world.
Well, they're saying that they didn't. So now
that's what they said before.
Yeah.
Everybody be lying.
Yeah, because I remember it was said they were allegedly business partners, and now they're saying, "Oh, I never knew each other." But it just
a lot of full of crap for a show to last longer.
Everybody is lying.
I can't do the lies.
I want to go back to Marcella. She said, "Who did Portia cheat with?" Because I want to know too. Who did Portia cheat with? Because remember that. Well, you didn't see this episode.
I didn't see this episode.
Yesterday's episodes, Portia sat with Dennis's mom and was trying to talk about Dennis cheating, and the mom was like, "You cheated too. Your mother told me you cheated. Miss Diane told me you cheated." Ain't that Portia's mother's name? But
what?
Who did Portia cheat with?
Simon.
Simon is a fraud. No, she cheated with somebody else, I guess. Marcella said 5 days ago the process server went to service Mr. Garbage Man at P House allegedly. I feel this is a business arrangement and Portia is going to be okay ultimately. Yeah, I feel like Simon is an attention whore, and I think a lot of you said in the comments. And he's after Portia's money and Portia's platform. Even though she signed up to be after his money, I don't think he has any money for real. Marcella said he's
going hard.
Yes, just simply it's the lies for me too. They know each other from the club. Yes. So Portia and Simon said they met at a club. I guess Dennis was at this club too. Cardi B said they didn't know each other. I feel like a blogger started that rumor. Yeah, I heard that. I did hear a blogger started that rumor about the business thing.
But didn't Portia say that before? She said they knew each other from the business world. She said that on the Housewives.
So did Portia cheat with Todd and Candy Tucker?
You know what? We're not going there.
Marcella said a man and a woman. So I'm thinking the Tuckers.
You know what though? Portia falls in love so hard, and Simon knows that. Portia will be in love in a second.
Yes.
She falls too deep in love.
Yes.
And I have a friend like that. That's how I know. Like I have a friend. The moment she meets somebody, oh, it's gonna be my husband. You don't even know their last name yet. And that's Portia. She just loves to love.
Yeah, I know Bolo. I do know Bolo. Was she
Yep, I
with
know
Dennis
Bolo.
at
Who
that
don't
time?
know
Oh,
Bolo?
oh, Bolo in the what's her name? The other girl. That's who it is.
Oh, it was Bolo.
Bolo and what's that girl's name that used to be on the show?
Tanya.
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 Yes, yes. Okay, so yeah, I see that now. She did cheat with them. So Simon is really broke. I wish Portia would wake up. She
I
is
know Simon broke. I'm
green.
gonna say
I didn't know
that.
Portia had cheated either. Yeah, Bolo and Tanya. AW said Portia did all of this crazy mess to get people to watch her new show. Hope it fails. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it because I think somebody else said it that it was a train wreck. I think Unity said it's a train wreck. I agree. I can't say that I'm feeling it yet. Yeah, she
I
said
only watched it for you.
I wanted to review it, but I'm not necessarily feeling it. Portia not married, so she's doing her. True. So it just seemed like a mess, and it seemed like it's about to get worse and worse. Like the family is about to go to a
Her
retreat.
family not even in agreement with it.
No, they like from the episodes I saw, they like Simon. They're
They do, but that don't mean they in agreement.
they're optimistic about it working out because they know Dennis cheated on her. And so they're like, oh, to see this, like yesterday, if you would have saw yesterday's episode, they're like, to see this union together. They was crying and brings them to tears about everything Simon want to do for their daughter and granddaughter. Like they were in tears crying.
Oh God, get the hell.
And they were like, these are happy tears. Just simply said Portia show will be on a season, will be a 1 season wonder. I
Oh
agree.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not feeling it. I really have never really liked a lot of the Real Housewives spinoffs, and so I'm not feeling this one either. Marcellus and Simon's Club closed because of the pandemic. I never even heard of it, and
I didn't know he had a club.
I go to a lot of the clubs in Atlanta. I live outside of Atlanta, but I go to a lot of the clubs in Atlanta, and I've never heard of this club either. I didn't know he had a club at all. Martell is a near. Wait, what? Chantel, what are you saying?
What?
But yes, Uni said, "Do you review Harlem on Prime? It's really good, and the winter fashions are awesome." So I might review that.
I wanted to watch that.
I started watching it yesterday. I talked about it a little bit on Cardi B. Cardi B has a channel on YouTube.
Is it good?
Yes, it's not. Someone was in my comments a few days ago saying that it was better than Insecure, but to me, it's two different shows. You know how people used to try to compare.
No, I love Insecure.
People used to try to compare Empire and Power. They're two different
They're
shows.
Two different.
And so Harlem and Insecure are very different. Harlem is it's to me, like I said, I use the British term is cheeky. It's like it's very happy. It reminds me more of a Black Sex in the City, if anything.
Okay.
It's on that level. You know how it was. You had Girlfriends in LA.
Yes.
Now you have Harlem, and
Okay.
Harlem is
that's nothing like Insecure.
Yeah, I would put it in the category of probably a newer version of Girlfriends, even though I love Girlfriends. No offense,
I love Girlfriends.
I don't want to offend anybody, but Harlem is just as good. But it's like it's like Girlfriends mixed with Sex in the City to me.
Okay.
So I think I will review that.
I'm going to start watching it because I did want to see it. I'll probably watch it tomorrow.
You can review it for Mimosa Monday. We can review
Okay, I'll watch it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I saw was Jen.
Yes, we can review this on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, and I like Amazon.
Now, I don't identify with any of the characters. Candy said that Cotty was like Angie on the show, and I'm like Quinn and Ty, and Ty is a lesbian who's in the bit. She's a corporate. She works in the corporate world, and she goes off. So I think because she was going off, I think that was why that reminded her. Quinn is very like straight laced, comes from a rich family. Like it's good. You have to watch it.
I am going to start watching it tomorrow.
Yeah. Unity says she's agreed. And
okay, yeah, I'm definitely watching tomorrow.
Yes. So I like it. It's good. But not like Insecure. Of course, I love
Oh, I
Insecure.
love Insecure. I was watching that
But
earlier.
it's two different types of shows. So, but that's all we have today. Do you have any final thoughts on anything? I don't think I'll be reviewing Portia. Yes, Ty is beautiful. She's a lesbian, but she's model-esque. I'm gonna say this about Ty. I love when she cut all her hair off, which is what I think she needed. She had a little high top, whatever, but I knew because her face is so beautiful to me that she could go with a low cut. The only thing that I don't like the show are all of the lesbian sex scenes. I wish they would show some more heterosexual sex scenes, but they tend to love showing the lesbian ones. No offense to lesbian people or people in that lifestyle, but it's a whole lot of lesbian sex scenes versus regular or heterosexual sex scenes. Shaitan said I watched the whole series straight through. Right.
Oh,
I
dang.
yesterday. It's good.
Oh, I gotta
AW,
watch
thank
this.
you. Thank you for
Thank
joining.
you.
Please come
I'm
back.
happy. I missed you last
Yeah.
week.
I know. And I love Megan Good's outerwear.
I heard Arnez is back on there. Wasn't he on Cousin Skeeter together?
Yes, and he's so cute. He's like my little celebrity crush. And I think me and him are
Who,
around.
Megan?
No, Arnez.
Yeah. Is he on there? I heard.
Yes, he is. But Megan Good's outerwear, like I was wanting, there was a burgundy like coat that she wore. I think it was burgundy or like a dark burnt orange or coral. It was some type of color, but I loved it. I love New York. I've always wanted to live in New York, but my hubby prefers to live down here. I know it's not. If I never would have got married at a young age, single me with no kids would have been right up in New York.
No, you wouldn't.
I used to work for a company that was headquartered in Manhattan, and I was trying to transfer.
I worked in New York for 4 years. Heck no.
I like the city life. I just love the city. Are Megan Good and her husband's together? I believe so.
Yeah, they still together.
See, Marcella said New York is your home. Yes,
I'll stick with Philly all day.
I know you're a Philly girl.
All day.
Marcella is from New York, so
even though I'm in North Carolina now, I gotta realize I'm in North Carolina now.
I like Marcella so much; she was like my favorite panelist on the show, and I'm gonna stand by that, Marcella. But maybe that's why I like Marcella's her personality. Marcella said I love the PC train station.
Where? The Pissy train station.
Pissy train station.
That's how I worked for Amtrak, but not that. When I worked, that she took about the regular train.
What rumors have you heard?
I didn't hear any rumors.
No, please, because her and her husband got married around the same time me and my second husband got married. And actually, they used to say Kennard looked like her husband.
Devin.
You think so? They used to say Kennard looks like Devin and the guy from Empire.
Empire, yeah.
Yes, they would say they look similar. But yeah. I hope they're not divorced. Shaitan said,
I didn't hear any rumors about them.
He lives in the Bronx. Yes, shout out to the Bronx. It's the Boogie Down Bronx.
I was at a Boogie Down Bronx.
The Boogie Down Bronx. See, I've gone to New York a few times, but I've only been to Manhattan and Harlem. I've never been to Brooklyn. None of that. I've been to Manhattan and Harlem. Yes, smack that notification bell. Megan, I was hoping it wasn't true. Right. I hope it's not true. And yes, her husband is a pastor.
Yeah, he's a pastor.
I could have sworn I saw them like just a few months ago praying on Instagram together.
Not a few months, like literally last month.
Yes.
I didn't hear no divorce. And remember when it was coming in her Halloween outfit, he stood up for her. And that was Halloween was we in December. Well, you know when it was.
Mm-hmm. Devin Franklin. That's his name?
Yeah, Devin.
Yeah. Chicago and New York train station is about the same. Chicago, I cannot stay in Chicago, and I'm not from Chicago, but I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is about an hour and a half, and we get a lot of Chicago people, and those Chicago people made me hate Chicago.
Really?
Oh yeah, they come to Milwaukee like, in Chicago we do this, I don't got nothing, and I used to be like,
and that's New Yorkers and Philly.
Your raggedy ass back to Chicago. I didn't ask y'all to come here.
That's New Yorkers in Philly. I work with before I worked in New York, I had New Yorkers in Philly. Well, I could go. Well, you can go back to New York. Yeah, you came here.
And
But then
then
I went there to work, and I was like, well, dang, okay,
in Chicago, they have a South Side and West Side, which are
yeah,
the black parts or urban parts. And so I spent a lot of time in Chicago, and I just have never liked it. Now, uh,
dang, ooh,
a guy friend. Oh, sorry, Shot. Shot Town is from Chicago, so but that's why me and her get along. We come from like the same area.
yeah, area.
But a guy friend of mine who's an architecture major, he made me appreciate the architecture side of Chicago. Chicago is big on architecture and building and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. And so that made me appreciate it. But yeah, and then when I worked, there was a company I used to work for a long time ago. We trained in Chicago and we were in the Wrigley Field area. That was fun. But other than that, no. My
Okay.
grandfather used to he had a partnership with a church in Chicago. So we have to ride the church bus all the way to Chicago. Well, not I shouldn't say all the way, but we have to ride the bus all the way to Chicago to go to this church. And I remember we had stopped at McDonald's in Chicago. This man had his hand in his coat, like he hit a gun at our bus like this. Yes.
Maybe he had to stay strapped. You never know.
But at the little church
The church know better.
bus, right? Let me read some of these comments. So Marcella says she has a new show and he did attend the premiere. Yes. So they're still together. They just took a picture together, so I thought they were good. Right.
Yeah.
Mitzi said, I'm from Queens. I'm an Uber girl. New York is crazy.
Mm.
Yes. And Chantel says, South Side of Chicago. Let me see you do the South Side percolator. No. So,
I'm done.
the percolators they had, it was different, done in different ways. It was the West Side perk, the South Side perk.
We had one in Philly.
Oh wow!
My college days, we used to
I
be
didn't know
doing
y'all
that
did.
like crazy.
Well, my elementary
I'm
school
sorry,
did.
I'm not even gonna say college days, high school days.
And thank you, Vernon Speaks Sports, for the super chat. Thank you. Because I didn't even monetize this video. I just be talking sometimes and I forget. But no, this was fun. We need to do a shout out where you from or something and just talk about
Yes.
that would be fun. I like to hear about other people's cities. I'm one person that has lived in a lot of places because I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We moved when I was 17 to Maryland. And so I graduated from high school in Maryland. And then we moved. Well, then I went to college in Alabama. After college, I moved to Texas, which is where my mother's family is from. And then when I met my current husband, I moved here to Georgia. But I want to move to Arizona. Unity said, I live in Maryland now, but nothing New York has this Christmas and Kwanzaa on lock. Right. See,
Yes.
I lived in Maryland as well. Oh, Shaitan said my father was one of the builders of the Prudential building in Chicago. Okay,
Oh wow. Okay.
yes. And good night, Marcella. Thank you for
Good night.
joining. Thank you for
I'm Philly
joining.
all day. I don't care if I'm in North Carolina.
I know.
I'm fresh because I'll be here. Ooh,
So
wow, we'll be here 2 years.
who?
We'll be here in 2 years in North.
Oh
No, we have
wow.
been here 2 years in North Carolina.
And Sharon said F from Ohio. Yes, I have.
Okay.
My grandfather's family is from Ohio, Elyria. That's where my grandfather's from. Elyria, somewhat Cleveland, that area of Ohio. Bone, 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 bone. Speaking of bone, did you see that versus
Hell no. Heck no.
with 3-6 Mafia and Bone?
I heard the backlash. I have not
Yeah.
watched the last verses I saw. You're not gonna be bad.
What?
The last verse I saw was Shaka was Patty and
Oh,
Gladys.
Patty and Gladys. Oh, that was a long time
That
ago.
was wait, who was after them? I
It's
might be
been
lying.
I don't know. It's been a minute. There was Ashanti and
I didn't see that.
Keisha Cole around that
Oh
time.
no, I saw Ron Osley.
There's the Isley
I saw Earth,
Brothers.
Wind, and Fire, Ron Osley. That was the last verses I saw.
That was my favorite one.
That's with Steve. Shut up. That was my favorite, minus Steve Harvey.
No, but I didn't watch this past verses though. I just saw the clips, but I like the two groups. I like I was from the Earth, Wind, and Fire. I like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I need LL to do a versus.
I need Kevin Samuels and Iyanla to do a versus.
I'm good. No, thank you. I would like Drew Hill and Jodeci.
Yes.
I would like LL since nobody want to go against Busta. I mean, I love LL, but Busta and LL only because I want to see Busta. I really like Busta Rhymes, and I feel like I don't know why nobody want. If people saying Missy, I don't think Missy and Busta. I would do actually. It should have been LL and KRS, but he went against Big Daddy Kane. I'm sorry, I did see that versus. I saw Big Daddy Kane and KRS.
I would love to see a Jay-Z and Nas versus, but
Oh, I love Nasir Jones.
I know they
I
won't
would
ever do
love
that,
it.
but I would love to see that
That would
versus.
be the best.
Producer wise, I would love to see Missy Elliott and Timberland go against
Yes.
the Neptunes
I would
because
love to see Kanye in the verses, but who would go against him?
I know because Kanye produced so much. I don't know who Kanye could go
I don't
against.
know who could go against him.
Maybe the Neptunes.
I threw the Pharrell and I thought of that, but Kanye then did.
Yeah, Kanye did his
He
own
would just
music.
have to do his verses by himself.
Yes.
If we did an old school though, I would like the Gap Band and OJ's.
Yeah, those are very similar bands.
Yes, the Gap Band and OJ's can go. Yes, Nas. Ooh.
I would love to see Destiny's Child go against TLC.
Ooh.
That's a I know Left Eye,
Oh.
but the catalogs are
Ooh.
equally yoked to me. So
I love both.
yeah,
I would like Salt and Pepper, but I don't know who could go. Who they gonna go against the City Girls?
I know. Salt and Pepper can go against who? Oh, who could they go against? Because I like a lot of female rappers I didn't follow a lot like that. So I don't even know who they can go against.
That was my group.
Who Salt and Pepper, who could they go against at the time as a female rapper? Maybe Queen Latifah, but it was a group.
Well, I would want Queen Latifah and MC Light.
Yes.
I would like Queen Latifah against
Queen
MC
Latifah
Light
against
because
Light.
I like both of them, like legit both of them. Even though one of my faves was Roxanne Shante.
Yes, but she
was like none other. But
she wasn't that big though. She didn't make the status of like Queen Latifah and MC Light though.
She didn't, but she should have.
Maybe she can go against Moni Love.
Lady Rage.
But
we really we aging ourselves now.
I know.
We aging ourselves.
Yes, throw your candy in the chat. You said I saw Mary J and Nas last year was amazing.
Mary J is my favorite of all time.
Yes. And hey, Nihar, it's good to see you. Oaktown 357, laugh out loud. Yes. So I definitely want to see some more verses. I hate that the Bone and 3-6 Mafia verses went bad because they are two groups that I love. I actually like 3-6 Mafia better, but I know with the whole devil worshiping and all of that they claim
they too old to be fighting.
What'd you say?
They too old to be arguing. Y'all.
Well, Busy Bone started it, so
I heard. Why are you angry? If Earth, Wind, and Fire and them can come up there, if Big Daddy came, even though KRS was growing, he came up there. He was cool. However, y'all too old to be up here acting like that.
Yes, Busta and Missy.
I don't want them two together.
But
I want Missy and Timbaland.
Missy and Timbaland were a partnership, though. They work together. They're from the same area. But I think Busta and Missy have very similar styles, but I really think Missy would.
I want Busta with LL. I just want to see LL in the verses. I don't care who he go against. I need LL in the verses.
And hey, Loyal Saji, thank you for joining me. She says, hey, y'all, I'm late. We'll replay it later. Yes. So we are actually going to end it here. We talked about a lot. Make sure you catch that replay. Nihar, thank you for joining again. Make sure you catch the replay as well.
Yes.
Loyal Saggy or Saggy. I always say Saggy, but I know it's Loyal Saggy. But yeah, this was fun. Love and Mary Charlottesville. We will review that next week along with Harlem as well.
Okay, I'm gonna watch Harlem.
Yes.
You gotta watch Jen Shaw too.
We'll see.
It's on Hulu. No, they exposed the crap out of her.
I know. She already seemed like a fraud though. Like
Well,
by
I
the
don't know how much of a fraud. Well, you know, I never liked Jen, but when I saw her Hulu, I was like, oh, she a fraud.
yeah. Yes, Team Replay. Jen Shaw. I had stopped watching Salt Lake City. I need to catch up
Me
and
too.
watch it
Oh,
because Mary seemed crazy. That's the one.
I can't watch it no more. I can't watch it no more. And I can't do it.
Yes. Well, thank you guys for joining. Make sure you hit that like button, that notification bell. Also, subscribe to my channel.
Yes.
Thank you, Hannah, for joining. Hannah has her channel, Hannah, as well. Again, this was Mimosa Monday. I hope you were able to get some tasty treats and tea with what we talked about. Catch us next Monday when we review, like I said, Harlem and the second part of Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, everybody. All right, my little outro. But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story.